While The Star, the show's last episode, provides answers to a lot of questions and even raises some new ones, the show's conclusion lacks the shock value needed to make its point. Happy Face has struggled with pacing ever since its debut, and The Star is a prime example of this. A lot happens over the episode's length, but it all happens too quickly and too easily, diminishing the impact when Melissa gets her win and solves Heather's murder. There are moments of tension, but even these are rushed through so Happy Face can complete recounting the whole story. Possibly the season's emotional high point was Happy Face episode 7, where Melissa finally let go of her illusions about Keith and realized that he was never Heather's killer, allowing The Star to concentrate almost entirely on identifying Heather's killer and the events of that night. Nevertheless, the episode convinced me that Heather's story was compelling because we cared about Elijah's fate and we never got to know Heather well enough to make these last-minute revelations feel real. Since Elijah and his sister Joyce's portion of the story was over, it seems reasonable that we don't see them. But in the end, the effect of The Star was diminished because we had already had the victory of Elijah's liberation in the earlier episodes. Too many climaxes and turns have already occurred for the moment when Heather's killer confesses to be particularly significant. Although learning the truth at last is fascinating and fulfilling, the turn was unexpected. The reveal felt random rather than exciting because Happy Face didn't adequately set it up. However, when the murderer confesses at the scene, Melissa demonstrates her strength as a person and an investigator. Melissa is the main focus of the episode, and a lot has changed since the season began. Happy Face, on the other hand, is quick to highlight the dialogue that makes the show's point and underlying themes clear. The series uses a heavy hand to highlight the larger truths while ignoring the subtleties since it doesn't trust the audience to comprehend the journey. Toward the end of the episode, Melissa and Hazel have a moment like this where it appears like all is forgiven, despite the fact that Hazel has been hiding the frightening drawings that were never brought up again. But the highlight of Happy Face episode 8 was Melissa and Hazel's heart-to-heart, which is a heartwarming exchange between a mother and daughter. The characters deserve a break at this point, so I'll settle with a family reunion even if Happy Face pushing Hazel farther and forcing her to cross a line would have been more dramatically fascinating. Keith's polished justifications for fabricating evidence and torturing his daughter for so long, as well as the timing of his heart attack, weren't very gratifying. Although Melissa seems sincere about permanently leaving him behind, their last encounter wasn't all that different from their previous encounters this season. Happy Face contradicts itself in The Star, though, as it gives Keith a foothold to wiggle his way back in while setting Melissa up to never think about him again. Thank you for viewing, and please remember to subscribe, like, and share.